Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome to Godhood. I bet some of you always knew it'd be my voice you'd hear saying that. Godhood comes from a development studio called Abbey Games, which has made some of my favorite indie games in ever. Their previous games, Reus and Renowned Explorers, are absolutely phenomenal. I cannot recommend strongly enough that you go check those out. And honestly, Renowned Explorers is significantly responsible for me having a YouTube channel at all. So obviously, their games are pretty near and dear to my heart. We played Godhood a little bit when it initially released into early access, what feels like 2,000 years ago, because time has ceased to have any meaning. But today, it hit 1.0. This is the full release of Godhood. My impression is that it's pretty different from when we played it last. So let's get in here and discover what Godhood is now together. Now, if you're completely unfamiliar with the game, Godhood is an entry in the God game genre, which is a genre that has a long and storied history, but honestly, they don't make a lot of them anymore. If you're a little bit older, you might recognize like Populous or Black and White. You could argue Dwarf Fortress is a God game. They're games that are about indirect control. You play, as the name implies, often a deity of some kind, and you cannot directly order your followers to do things, but you sort of like oversee the development of a society. You set out rules and ideas, you give them suggestions, and sometimes they follow them. So we're going to probably want to turn this up a little bit because we're already sort of familiar with the game. Let's try hard. Recommended for those who want a challenge, don't mind losing, hey that's us, and wish to face the consequences of bad planning, also us. And obviously we can adjust this for future runs if this turns out not to be ideal. Alright, so now we gotta set our identity. I think let's just, for right now, just to get into the game, let's randomize this a couple of times till we find one that looks, yes, that's a winner. And then we'll, let it be known. How should we address you? Nature. The supporters believe that nature is the god that brings us truth. The truth carries the name, the understanding. You know, I think this is all fine. Let it be known. For as long as there have been people to believe, there have been gods to vie for their attention. Nature is one such gods, destined to claim a place in humanity's hearts and minds. A single soul would be chosen by nature, destined to become the first prophet of the understanding. I am nature. From nothing, nature appeared before Hildegard. Hildegard renounced their faith in the old god Quetzalcoatl, and placed it in nature instead. First, nature taught Hildegard about what is right. In my name, you will spread. And then we pick our central commandment. This is like the core idea of our religion. What are we into? So this is going to determine a special class that we have access to, and it's going to set some of our core beliefs. But I believe you get a lot more control over what your followers believe now than you did in the really early builds. So you can see here the tooltip's telling us a little bit about what playstyle we're leaning into here. Mostly physical with an eye for critical hits. What are the ones that are not recommended for advanced players? Okay, War and Peace. Okay, and then these two are sort of middly, and then these three, they recommend you know what you're doing first. Alright. I'm eyeing Madness. I think Madness is probably going to be real fun. We'll get to it. For right now, let's try Generosity. A well-rounded playstyle, love your neighbor as yourself, help them in times of hardship. I think we could all use a little bit of generosity. That's a little louder than it's fine. I'll adjust the audio mix between levels, I am sure. I do think of generosity as a virtue. The elders who worship the ancestors thought this idea to be dangerous. You will lose your individuality. They could not see how they were wrong in opposing nature. A sacrament was called to determine who is right. So, the Sacrament is sort of like the core conflict resolution element of the gameplay. You have these little, like, auto battles that play out, and we raise our followers to be good in the Sacraments. This is a little bit loud, probably. You know what, I'm just going to adjust the audio right now. I don't usually do this during the episode, but that could come down a little bit. So I think one of the coolest core insights of this game is the developers realizing that basically auto-battlers are a weird kind of god game. So this is sort of both of those things. Alright, Hildegard got totally wrecked in the Sacrament against the Elders. It wasn't even a little bit. The Elders were resolute in their judgment. Hildegard and a few followers were banished from the Old City. Before leaving, Hildegard prophesied that one day nature would come back and conquer the Old City. Oh yes, one day we will return. Hildegard continued to travel for days with the exiled. The people were growing tired and hopeless. But finally, on a fertile and lush terrace, nature spoke again. This shall be nature's holy site. And thus, a new religion is founded. Welcome to the realm of Godhood, young god. Your goal is to ascend to your rightful throne and leave behind a religion that will stand the test of time. You will face many religions that adore false gods. Convert them by word or sword, and grow your religion. When you have bested enough religions, you will be able to ascend into eternity. Oh, I will ascend, and the understanding will be paramount. So, in order to ascend, you will raise a strong group of disciples that represent your religion, so they may convert heathens in the Sacrament, and with more followers, you can create a lasting religion and best the other religions. There are different ways to achieve these goals depending on the tenets you chose to be part of your religion. I wasn't really thinking about it, but the understanding is a good name for a generosity-focused religion, I think. Raise disciples, convert in Sacrament, create a religion. Got it. There are many moving parts in Godhood. Don't expect to understand everything immediately. Take your time, read tooltips, etc. Alright, let's talk about how to raise strong disciples. So assign a ritual to your prophet in the top left corner. Okay, this is our prophet, Hildegard. Hildegard is our initial believer. You're about to set a ritual for a disciple. Remember how raising a strong group of disciples is important to convert heathens in Sacrament. The ritual is the most important way to improve your disciples. Every turn, a disciple will make a bit of progress in finishing their ritual. Once their ritual is finished, they will develop a stat. There is so much more tutorial now than there used to be. This is really good. An important part of the development of a disciple is their stats. Every stat has a different effect. Might for physical offense, health for physical defense, cunning for initiative and physical crit and evasion, and then charisma for morale offense, devotion for morale defense, and knowledge for smart targeting and morale crit and evasion. Oh, that's interesting. That's definitely new. Important stats are different for every class. You can hover over a stat for more information. Alright. Stats also have ranks, ranging from F to S. When you raise a stat enough, the stat will rank up. This will give that disciple a big power boost. For example, raising health from 9 to 10 will raise its rank from E to D. This will double your physical armor bonus. Okay, so there are important thresholds. The functions for the values of these stats are a little bit stepwise. However, with power comes corruption. Higher ranks will lower faith. Try to make use of ranks to efficiently grow your disciples. That's interesting. Yeah, there's a lot more system here than there used to be. Alright, so what ritual do we want you to undertake? This will develop your charisma. That's the charisma icon. So Hildegard's totem is the generous. Every disciple, can we click in here? Yeah, every disciple has a totem, which gives them certain stat boosts and may also confer a trait like extra defy here, which gives bonus morale armor. So it looks like we're... Oh, also, classes. Everybody has a class. Hildegard is a cook. Charisma and knowledge are important for a cook. And over here we can see, every time it's this character's turn during a sacrament, they will randomly pick one of these 5 abilities to use. We only have a couple of different abilities. You can see we're very weighted toward offer food. It's going to be offer food pretty frequently. So this is a skill that scales in damage output with knowledge. We have a heal that also scales in effectiveness with knowledge. And then this, which gets a large bonus from knowledge and a smaller scaling bonus from charisma. So it seems like we probably want to lean into rituals that give us knowledge. For example, count crops. And we're at 9... We're at 9 knowledge now, so this would put us up to rank D, right? Because this would move us up to 12. That seems like a winner. Alright, now all you need is time to pass. To pass a turn, all you need to do is bless one of the disciples that is open for a blessing. 1 or 2 random disciples will have their hearts open per turn. Blessings have a minor effect, like boosting ritual progress a bit. Bless a disciple with the button next to the ritual to make time pass. We have direct control of time. That seems a little bit powerful. Maybe a responsibility that I'm not totally prepared for. And then we can just like watch our people run around their little village, and I really think the part of what I really like about Abbey's games is sort of the vibe they put out. This is just like happy and chill. Check it out. They're praying together. We can just hang out here and enjoy and be calm. Alright, let's do it. The heart of this disciple is open for a blessing. Words. So we can bless their ritual for additional progress, or we can bless their dreams to give them a dream point. I don't know what that is, so let's do that one. You now know how to raise your disciples. The next step is winning sacraments and gathering followers. To convert others, you'll have to send out your disciples to do missions. Every mission has 1 or more sacraments. These are moments at which the people of Godhood are converted. And how do I go on a mission? You're automatically asked by the disciples to pick a destined mission. At the start, you won't have much choice, but as you progress, your options increase. Once you've picked a mission, you'll have time to prepare for the coming challenges in your holy city. Alright. A word of your new religion spreads quickly. Ba and young Bia have heard of your great name. They too want to spread the word of the understanding. Probably that's supposed to be word. Okay, I will inspire their rituals and bless their actions. Let's choose the destined mission. Okay, we are being told this is going to be easy. So we can see here the enemies that we will be up against in this mission. They are merely acolytes. So this is like the neutral class. Acolytes don't really have abilities. And they have real bad stats. Okay, and you can click this to actually see all of their stuff. So you can see these guys have just the basic attack 4 times, and then one of their action slots has nothing in it. 20% of the time, they'll just do nothing for a turn. Okay, let us set this as our destined mission. We're working toward that one in the north. And then probably these two should be doing stuff. So what's your deal, Ba? Ba is an acolyte. Ba has no class yet. Ba's totem is the stone, which is giving a health boost. So we probably want to lean Ba into something physical. And then also Bia, who is a young one, and I assume maybe can't go on rituals or something, or maybe can't go on sacraments. Okay, so you can see they do have an age field. I'm not sure how much the age field actually matters. It used to be the case that disciples would eventually age out of being able to participate in the sacraments, so I'm expecting there's probably still some of that going on. And Bia is charismatic. Okay, so let's give them rituals that make sense for that stuff. Here, Ba can organize rituals. This will help out with this. And also, the totem is shown right here. I don't need to click out to the other menu. But yeah, let's push your health up. This won't quite rank up, but it'll get close. And you can, I guess, help. Just find somebody who's already doing a thing and help them with that thing. And then let us bless. I'm going to give you another dream point, because I don't know what dream points do, and I'm very curious. We're going to accumulate some and find out. Hildegard did not come empty-handed to the Holy Land. With her, she brought a magnificent relic that holds the true power of nature. What could this relic be? Well, it might be this fire heart, which gives 50% charisma to your disciple's physical armor. That seems pretty significant. And, oh, it unlocks a couple of classes. Or this godly recipe. Our thing seems to be very much about cooking. You know, that's actually, I would not have thought cooking from generosity, but that makes a lot of sense. Cooking for people is definitely a very caring and generous thing to do. Let's go this way. Add knowledge to your disciples' faith. I don't 100% even know what faith is yet. We'll figure it out. Also, down here, notice we're passing 3 days before the sacrament, maybe? Here, let's go this way. We're going to lean into this cooking thing. Alright, so who is... Well, your relic slot is not even open. We can't even equip this relic. Okay, let's bless one of our other two. I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna bless your ritual. We're gonna try to get this ritual done quickly because I want to try to push Ba up to a place where the stats aren't all in the bottom tiers. That is what I have arbitrarily decided. So yeah, the third thing fills here. Let your disciples dream before going on a mission. Okay, and we accumulated dream points for this purpose. You're about to spend your dream points on influencing a disciple in his or her dreams. Dreams fill a disciple with determination. The dreams give strong boost for one mission. Dreams are great to overcome challenges that would otherwise be impossible. You can spread your dream points over multiple disciples. Okay. So, where is my total number of dream points listed? Are these dream points? Yes, okay. So, base dream, you will have a vision of nature, but we could additionally give you a little bit of a boost. Cannot receive the broken faith status. Okay, hard to know exactly what the value of that is. How do I switch over to, okay, just click the button. You know, just click the button. It kind of looks like it's grayed out, but I get it. Honestly, I have no idea. I think Hildegard's probably going to be really important in this, but also Hildegard's high level already and scary. So I'm going to give these two a little bit of a defense boost instead. Let's give you a morale boost because your health makes you good at surviving physical attacks already, and then we'll kind of do the opposite here. Alright. In the Sacrament, 3 of your disciples will face the followers of false gods. And here, false gods doesn't necessarily mean, like, not real. Just, you know, not me. Not right. Your disciples will do actions and react to each other for a few rounds based on your prior decisions. You have no direct control over their actions. Shape them to be strong and wise by themselves. This is an important idea, not just in God games, but also in life. The first to convert half or more of the crowd with their actions wins the Sacrament. Or you could break the false disciples, if you deem that righteous. It does not sound like it really fits with our religious goals. We'll see. If there is no victor after 4 rounds, the one with the most converts wins. Okay, let's dig into some systems here. Besides the power, faith, and teamwork of your disciples, an important part of a sacrament is the elemental wheel. Each element has advantage over another. It's sort of like rock, paper, scissors, but, you know, with more scissors. So, if you use a divine attack against a person who is of the rage element, it does 50% more power. It has 50% more power. It's not, I was starting to say does more damage, but it's not always about damage, you know. Let's learn about morale and physical. The 2 main approaches to sacraments are physical and morale. Basically, morale converts the crowd more easily but deals less HP damage, while physical deals more HP damage but is less impressive to the crowd. Because of this, morale is more suited for conversion, while physical is more suited for a domination victory. In addition, when a disciple becomes broken, that team loses 30% of their converts. Broken is runs out of HP. I'm pretty sure. Again, the system is quite different from when we played last. Alright, let's go do the thing. So, these are all pretty weak. We'll put our strongest across from their strongest. I believe people prefer to attack directly across, but it's not the only way they will attack. Nature is with us. We have a good chance to win. God, I hope so. It would be very embarrassing to lose the tutorial battle. And so now we hope that we've taught them well, and all we can do is watch. And also, we can speed things up a little bit if we need to. Okay. Hildegard just heals. You're nervous. Our acolytes have the same problem their acolytes have, where one of the ability slots is empty. Okay, we're converting people. That's true. The understanding does look impressive. Look at the size of that spoon. You see these guys with any giant spoons? No, of course not. It's ridiculous. People are digging it. People are liking the thing we're doing where we're not getting horribly embarrassed by these nobodies. Alright. So Ba has hit level 2 and gets to learn a class. Your disciple has enough XP to select a class. When choosing a disciple's class, take into account your whole roster. Each class has an element and abilities and passives that make it unique. You want your disciples to work well together. Take your time to find out more about the classes and get familiar with their strengths and weaknesses. Tell me a little bit about teamwork. To perform well, your disciples must work together. Some classes learn passives that go well with others. Yeah, this is sort of like the core of the game to me, or at least it was when last we played, this idea of building a roster that synergizes well together. Alright. When selecting a class for your disciple, also take their talent into account. Not all disciples have equal talents. Someone with a great talent for charisma might make a better zealot than a beastwalker. I mean, obviously. Alright, let's pick a class. So, we do not have all of the classes unlocked. What happens if I click this button? Okay, do we have to spend resources here, or... So you can see there's a class that is specific to each of the commandments. We have our cook class. And then these basic 10 classes are available to everybody. But it looks like we have to pay for them. Maybe the first one's free? What do we want you to do? Your deal is health. And your health is going to get better. So right now we have available Harbinger, Druid, and Cook. A Harbinger deals more damage to nature, but is weak against life. They like health and knowledge. Our dude does not have a lot of knowledge. It's a little unfortunate. This is a knowledge and devotion class. We might want to buy a health class if we're able to. Yeah, like a guardian. Somebody just takes some hits. First class unlock is free. Each class beyond that costs increasingly more materials to unlock. Let's grab Guardian. Okay, and it increases by 100. Alright, I'm going to make you our first Guardian. The Guardian is the vigilant defender of the people. They excel versus physical damage and often block to protect their allies, but their offensive capabilities are limited. That's fine. We're not feeling like a terribly offensive religion, I think. So he'll have the Wall ability. Guardian initiates total defense, self-heals, and increases physical armor, and the chance to leap in front of other people when they get attacked. A small physical attack with a chance to stun, and punching people. Sometimes you gotta punch a guy. Alright. In the Manage City menu, you can spend materials and offerings to upgrade your holy city. Buildings and upgrades help you gain more power from rituals, extra god actions that will help you deal with problems, and ways to get more resources. What you chose to spend your resources on is important, so pick wisely. Also, you can unlock more classes for your acolytes to take. Your starting relic provides 2 classes for free, and your first class unlock after that will be free. Classes allow for new combinations and playstyles. Try to focus on 4 or 5 classes. If you unlock too many, you risk having difficulty learning their abilities and creating synergies. Alright, and Ba is strong enough to perform a miracle. You know, that first victory really fills you with confidence. Alright, so we converted 60 followers. They brought with them a whole bunch of tribute. We got ourselves a thing. The thing that I don't know what it is, and an extra slot for a disciple. We are not exactly killing it on the religion rankings. That's fine. We're just starting out. Alright, let us select a new mission. So we could reach out over here to the Heartlands, or the Frontland of the Ancestors. So here we'd be up against 2 8-strength units and a 12 with an actual class. Here we'd be up against some real scary stuff. I do not think we want to go this way. Let's head this way. So we have, yep, just real basic morale damage enemies, and then you doing slightly more morale damage, and this raises morale armor. Okay, so honestly, it looks like physical would be a good way to go for this. We have one guy who has a little bit of armor, but these two each have 1 armor. I don't know how much we're going to be able to bend our team of disciples in that time, but physical damage would be good for the next thing. We have space for another disciple. So, let's bring in a new initiate. Molly of Strong Mind and Anna of Strong Body. So Anna's totem is the Bighorn. So you can see there are different ranks to the totems. A person can have a sort of a smaller version of a totem, which just gives a couple of small stat boosts, or here, major boosts to might and health. And also chance to open a sacrament with the Bighorn charge, which deals physical damage based on might and has a chance to stun. I gotta be honest, Anna's looking like our winner here. What are these kind of abilities a disciple is likely to learn? So you're likely to learn overpower-based abilities, and you're likely to learn fear abilities. I'm gonna bring on Anna. I think that probably makes a lot of sense. welcome aboard. And you need to do a thing. Well, I have to say Anna's stats overall are pretty unimpressive. I would be inclined to just lean into physical stuff, right? Like, let's keep playing along our linear. We could, of course, try to shore up Anna's weaknesses instead, like bring up morale defense, but I think this is the way we want to go. Alright, what is up with this miracle? A new ability can be unlocked. How do I do... Okay, here we go. You can learn an ability. So, gain more passive abilities by gaining levels through sacraments. With ability points, you can sculpt their mind to better prepare them for the sacrament. So, what do we want you to learn? Right now, you just have 5 copies of Bash, which is fine. I would be inclined to say, let's pick up Wall. I think we have a lot of disciples who are not necessarily great on health. And Ba's purpose in the religion is to defend others. That's how Ba manifests their generosity. Inspire Ba. Okay, use the God action in the Holy City to do a miracle. This one. You're about to let a disciple perform a miracle. When you do this, you select a stat for the miracle, and in the future this stat will raise faster. But the disciple will be unavailable for one mission. Once the miracle is performed, the disciple will level up, will learn a new ability, become generally stronger, and sometimes learn a passive too. Okay. Besides rituals, miracles are the second key to make disciples go stronger. I think we should definitely do this, and we should lean you into health, probably. Okay, so we don't even have access to rituals that develop all of the stats yet. I think we probably want to do a health miracle. Yeah. And then everybody's learning. So somebody needs a blessing. I'm gonna push stats, I think, for right now. Now that we know what the dream points do, I'm thinking we probably want to do the blessing, the ritual blessing, as often as possible. This one has a long-term development value, whereas the dream thing is more about just making sure you get through a particular sacrament. I'm gonna push. Actually, we should probably push really hard on Anna. We want to get Anna's stuff developed as quickly as possible. It's not so good for people to be acolytes. Okay, this is what faith is right here. So right now, a lot of our people have a lot of faith. Faith represents how strongly Hildegard believes in your religion. Low faith disciples might leave. Faith has an influence on ritual effectiveness and passive ability chances in the sacrament. So most of our disciples are very high faith. Actually, all of them are very... This one's only 88 out of 100. Still pretty high. Yeah, stats. Push stats. What is this bar? Fervor. Fervor determines how often a disciple can go on a mission. It decreases by 1 every time they go on a mission. Every time they stay at home, they regain some. Okay, so you want to rotate your people. You don't just want to bring your strongest units on every sacrament. This allows us to construct buildings, which we should probably do. A holy site center seems like the kind of thing you would want to... Yeah, it helps increase development for everybody. How do we actually build? I mean, we haven't gotten a tutorial about building stuff yet, so maybe they don't want us to yet, but I'm still gonna. So this unlocks the Blessing of Recovery, which gives fervor. The Night Shrine allows us to get extra dream points. Let's build a thing. The supporters erect the Night Shrine with your divine inspiration. Okay, so we can unlock new kinds of dreams here by spending this resource. Which we do not know. We don't know what the name of that resource is, but we do have some of it. Okay, interesting. So these are opportunities to spend resources to do additional things. Alright, it is dream time. We did not acquire a lot of dream points. Oh, this is dream points, right? Do we have any... I don't know that we have any sense of what we want to do here. I mean, it's all morale damage, so I guess we want to push somebody's morale armor up. Ugh, dreams about falling teeth. What a deeply unpleasant thing. You. Have yourself a little dream. Okay, so Ba is in a miracle. Hopefully Ba will regain fervor in addition to completing the miracle, and we'll just put Hildegard across from their strongest guy, and I don't know that it matters too terribly much how we do this. Aside from that, you can see our stats are very impressive relative to theirs. These are still tutorial battles. I think it is very unlikely that we're going to have any real trouble. Not just here, but for a while. So you can see there, Hildegard leaping in front of someone to absorb an attack. Some of the stats make you more likely to do that. We're going to be very reliant on pushing Ba up to that point. That actually was kind of close. They converted a lot of people during their second turn. Alright. I do not yet know what we want to do with you. You are charisma focused, right? So, I mean, we could pick up another cook. It feels like we should probably try to be a little bit more... I was going to say we should probably try to be a little bit more diverse, but we actually don't have any other classes that are really charisma focused right now. So, you know, having a second cook, an apprentice cook, isn't a bad idea. The cook represents your bounty from nature. Their support class that work best with another life disciple close by. Okay, so it's good that we picked up a life class. And most abilities scale with knowledge, but we have a little bit of charisma scaling here and there. Honestly, sadly, we just don't have a good choice for Bia. We don't have enough materials to unlock another class. And we'll make Bia an apprentice cook. It's not ideal, but, you know, we'll do a charisma miracle, and we'll figure out how to develop these stats. Ooh. Trial rewards. Max martyrdom increased by 1. Every level of martyrdom you take will give you more tribute chests, but in return your disciples start out with lower HP and the opponent starts with extra converts. Oh! Adaptive difficulty. You can make the trials more difficult in order to get bigger rewards. That's pretty cool. Ba blessed the lands in nature's name. When the harvest came, the yields were ripe and delicious. A true godsend. Well, of course, believe and I'll provide, obviously. So, +1 health development power, plus 0.25 development power on all stats, and picked up an additional copy of Wall. Alright, not bad. So where are we headed now? Probably still not to here. Darkness is weak against life, strong against nature. Okay, so if we were going to take this on, we would want to make sure that we're trying to develop life classes and maybe not have 2 cooks. Maybe that would have been a good idea. Here we'll get a choice of relic and also some permanent HP. And we're going up against our first ancestral enemy, our first enemy with a real scary class. So this guy is a I don't remember what the name of this class is. Okay, it doesn't have a tooltip, but anyway, it's a guy with a giant axe. You can probably get the idea there. So big physical damage, definitely gonna want Ba for this battle. And then these two are just punchy. Okay, fair enough. We can handle that. We now have enough offerings to do progress current ritual ×4 for one disciple with a faith modifier. So people who are high on faith will get more benefit, I guess. That seems pretty good. Alright, let's set Bia up for a miracle here, and you are definitely on the charisma miracle. And then, I'm gonna push Ba's ritual, I think. Yeah, let's do that one. And I think everybody's... Oh, we have an ability point, right. So if we hold on to more ability points, can we... I don't remember exactly how you get the level 2 and level 3 versions of the abilities. Oh, that's what being a young one means. Okay. The young ones develop more quickly. That's actually really cool. Alright, so right now, as a cook, all you have is offer food. You seem hungry. Hungry for nature. We can learn Nurse, which is a heal, I guess. It's a morale ability. It doesn't make it... Okay, the ones that are heals are marked explicitly. Nurse looks like it would be a heal. But this is just a thing you do to someone in the Sacrament, and then everybody else sees you do it, and they're like, oh, hey, these guys seem nice. I want to hang out with them. Okay, so it's a quote-unquote offensive ability. Miracle Bounty is a potent morale ability, but also gives target more physical damage. So this is a risky thing to do unless you have a friend nearby with a great big shield who's willing to leap in front of the physical attack. It has a power of 10, which is higher than any of the other options we have available. And it scales off of Charisma, which is a thing that Bia is good at. All these other abilities... Oh no, Nurse also scales off of Charisma. Here, we'll learn a little Miracle Bounty. I'm not too afraid to give our opponents a physical damage bonus because we have Ba. Teamwork will see us through. Alright, also, we have some stuff over here. We've gained enough development sparks, that's what that is, to adopt a new tenet. Tenets are the things your followers believe in. Tenets all have effects on your culture. Tenets also unlock traditions. If you adopted enough tenets, you can pick one of the unlocked traditions. Traditions are big game changers that often grant new powers. They're a vital part of your strategy. Okay, all of this stuff is new to me. So our basic tradition is generosity. And we're gonna get some more stuff here. So what do we want? Adoration. So these... Picking a new tenet will lead us toward these other things, I guess? Or am I picking... Okay, I'm picking specifically one of these. This is saying there are 4 things in this category, the category of adoration. And each adoration tenet gives 10 faith. These are the tenets. These give plus 4 happiness from pleasure, and these give additional offerings and materials from missions. Well, I mean, listen, as much as I want my people to have happiness and pleasure and stuff, this one makes the resources go up faster. It feels like that's the way to go. Am I a sun god? I kind of feel like I'm the opposite of a sun god. Naturalism. Just be naked. Just be naked all the time. You know what? That's where we're going. We are all equal, naked and naked and also equal. Anna professes the merits of naturalism to the supporters. And then they keep their clothes on, because, you know, they wanted their game to not be rated M. Alright, what else can we do over here? We can manage our classes. Okay, that's just how we... The UI for unlocking classes. We don't really have a lot of materials, and we probably want to... Oh, I see. Okay, so when it has the boxes, that's indicating that this is a thing you already have, and these are the upgrades you could buy for it. What do we want? Or what are we saving toward? I guess actually what we're saving toward is probably unlocking some more classes, right? I'd like to have a wider variety of elemental types, so maybe that's what we should be holding onto our materials for now. Although gardens, giving us a place to recover our fervor, also seems potentially useful. I don't know. We'll not worry about it for right now. So you can still inspire in action. Oh yes, I do need to do that. Let's inspire Anna. We're gonna keep working on the new ones. Ah, so we can give Anna a blessing and push her faith up higher permanently. I think let's push ritual progress. And there's very little going on aside. Like we don't have a lot of new things happening each day, so we're just gonna keep blessing. Bah, get your ritual done. Feel very important. Feel very strongly about this. I feel that this is very important. You are at 97%, so you're gonna finish it next turn anyway. I'm assuming that the number to the right of the bar there is 1 turn, so I don't need to push this. You're gonna finish it without me doing that. So let's get a dream point, I guess. Okay, excellent. Ranks up. Let's set you on a new thing. I mean, probably the same thing, right? I think we really want to push knowledge. And for you, I want to push health. And then, we're probably gonna bring Anna, right? Well, no, we're definitely gonna bring Anna, because Bia's currently doing a miracle. So you probably get the, defenses. My suspicion is the other two will be fine. Anna's the only one who's in any real danger. Alright. Let us go out and convert. So you are actually strong against life disciples. We'll put Hildegard across from you. Now, unfortunately, we may run into a little bit of trouble with Ba having high health and thus being likely to leap in front of attacks, where Ba may intercept an attack that he is specifically weak against. But there's not a lot we can do about it. We only have 3 disciples. These are the ones we have to put out. That's an important consideration, though, for the future. So this will be first to 50 wins. And we're way more likely to convert people than we are to actually defeat the enemy. Okay, land that bighorn charge. Unfortunately, the stun did not occur. Now, there is a chance with Ba's high defensive ability that Ba will leap in front of an attack from the Ancestral Guy and then evade the attack. Or, never mind, maybe the Ancestral Guy just never gets to attack. Because we have such incredibly good crowd control. Wow, 51. That is a much higher stat than anyone else on the table has. Well, our conversion is going quite well. They are not really winning people over. And their attempts to just beat us up are definitely failing in an embarrassing way. I like this system. I like the fact that you can fill this bar with defensive abilities, which means that it's not, in the earlier builds, Sacraments were all about depleting the hit points of the enemies, and that definitely made some strategies pretty weak. This is a cool way of refiguring this. Alright, Anna, you are good at might and health, and I think you might be our Harbinger. We certainly don't have enough materials to unlock another class yet, although we will after this, I think. Yeah, let's go Harbinger. Harbinger's gotta be healthy. So the Harbinger is an avatar of the Void. She lowers the defy of opponents and unleashes a barrage of dark abilities on them. So yeah, this is a good, this is a new element for us as well. We probably want to get to the place where we have at least one person of each element. Just for the sake of matching against people and beating them in the rock, paper, scissors. That was a pretty big win. Plus 10 base HP for all disciples. That's pretty good. Alright, we get a new relic. So these are relics that are equipped on a person. The relic we had before was a global relic. So, bonus damage from crits, morale armor, and more likely to leap in front of people and take hits for them, or big evasion boost. I think it's appropriate for Hildegard's letters to be a relic. Obviously, Hildegard is very important to the religion as a whole. The first prophet. Alright, you made it through the basics. Here are some final tips to keep in mind. To achieve Godhood, you'll need to raise a strong group of disciples to represent your religion, so they may convert heathens in the Sacrament, which helps you create a lasting religion. Got it. The keys to a strong roster of disciples are strong synergy, efficient rituals, the more stats that disciples gain per ritual, the stronger they will end up being, and fitting traditions. Pick traditions that complement your disciples. All of these will require some planning and thinking ahead, which is a little unfortunate because we don't know what's coming, so we're going to have a hard time planning ahead. But that's learning a game, right? We're just going to stumble around. We're probably going to do a pretty bad job the first couple of runs. We'll figure it out. Don't expect to understand everything immediately. Read the tooltips. Many tutorial pieces can be found in the reference in the top right. Okay, yeah, there's a book. We can check if we need more info. Alright, off to guide some mortals. So we got ourselves some letters. Hildegard wrote some very important letters. And Bia blessed the lands in nature's name. Okay, so charisma development, and we picked up split meal. So small heal boosts morale damage, Boosts the target's morale damage and your own. So that gives 2/3 of our people a buff. That seems like a pretty good ability, honestly. We are not ready for this side boss yet. We have a little bit of time to develop still. Let's keep working forward. So our maximum level of martyrdom will increase, and we are up against just acolytes. This one has morale armor from ignorance. Okay, yeah, this looks like it's going to be pretty easy. Okay, except for the fact that they have a much higher power levels than a lot of the people we've been fighting. I think we can handle it. So, we are now at 115 materials. We can unlock a new class, and I think that's probably what we want to do. Let's get Anna a miracle. So Anna wants to do a health miracle, probably. What do your abilities scale with? Okay, Dooming Strike just scales straight with health. And you can learn health, knowledge, and knowledge. Okay. Demoralize lowers enemy morale armor, which I think is probably a good idea for us. It's unfortunate that that one does not scale with health, but it does seem pretty useful. This is a chance to strike fear into enemies. Okay. I think we want to go ahead and do the health miracle. Talented stats will raise more. Yeah. Let's do for you a health miracle. And then we don't have enough offerings to do a god power. We're saving our materials, which might not be wise. I mean, what else could we build? We could build a study. Unlocks the experience god action, which gives more This would allow us to just convert offerings into XP. That does actually seem like a good idea. I'm gonna hold off. Well, does it really help us to unlock more classes right now? All of our disciples are classed. Yeah, I guess until we get a new disciple, we don't really need to do that. Let's unlock the study so that we know... I was about to say, so that we know exactly how this action works. Where is the... This is what I want. Will this tell me... Oh, I think this is just the tutorial windows we've already seen. Yeah. Okay. No new information. This is not an encyclopedia. I was wondering if it would just show us what all of the god actions are. Okay, martyrdom increases the number of chests. Repeatable missions give 1 chest. Chests will always give the same value. Right. So yeah, I think then let's build the study so that we know exactly how good this god action is, what the conversion rate is. How much land do we have to build on? Okay, we can build on a lot of this. Let's put together a study. Listen, you gotta learn to cook somewhere. Somebody has to write the book for you to do the cooking by the book. We don't want the way to be hazy. Alright, so... 75. 75 offerings is 2 XP. And how much XP does it take to level up? Okay, not that much. 2 is not a ton, but it's significant. Okay. I don't know how often we'll use that action, but we needed to know what the conversion rate was so that we can make intelligent decisions in the future. So we have the Blessing of Experience available. Okay, so we're also earning new blessings by unlocking these buildings, I think, right? Is that the case? Did that building do that? Okay, an extra miracle XP unlocks the Experience God action, which is this. But after we built the one thing, we gained access to Blessed Faith, and after we built the study, we gained access to this. So I think it is affecting our blessing actions as well. I'm gonna give you ritual progress. Hildegard's strong enough. Yeah. What is this? Ba is inspired to found a tradition of animism. Nature will surely be pleased by this. Happened because of our naturalism. Okay. What is that? What is the meaning of this? How do I even... Okay, so we know that naturalism can inspire animism. This is information we're going to unlock as things go on. And we don't exactly know what the tradition of animism is. Over time, disciples will gain ideas for traditions. If you've adopted enough tenets, you will unlock a slot for a new tradition. And we do have a new tradition. So could I unlock this right now? Is there a cost? Okay, I cannot unlock it right now. I mean, it does say right there, adopt one more tenet to install a new tradition. So probably that's how we do it. Nature and life disciples gain a big faith boost, and we gain the God action Commune with Nature Spirits, which will give big stat boost for the next mission if there's a nature disciple on the team, +2 fervor, that's handy, and also extra resources, also handy. Okay. Good work developing that idea. And we'll push this ritual along. Okay, excellent. Bia is ranking up, so we do have to watch it a little bit, right? If we look at the faith bar here, you can see that bottom thing there, God or no God, power corrupts. The value is increasing. Slowly, Bia is losing faith. That said, obviously we also need people to be powerful, and probably it wouldn't be a big deal if she had, like, a C or a second D. Yeah, I think we'll probably just keep leaning on the charisma. Right, this is what Bia's good at. Who do we wanna... We have a dream point right now. I don't think we're in enough danger for it to make sense for us to focus on dream points just for the purpose of, like, keeping ourselves safe. I think we're already gonna be pretty safe. I think we'll just keep pushing rituals. I just want people to get stronger. Alright, somebody needs to have a fun dream. Let's say... So these guys are going to come at us with largely morale damage. Oh no, the two disciple... The two on the outsides are mostly physical. This guy's all morale. I just don't feel like we're in very much danger. What is your... Here we go. So you currently have... Honestly, that's not even that low. I was going to say, like, Ba is the one who's most likely to have bad morale armor, but it's still an okay value. I don't think we even need this dream point, to be perfectly frank with you. I'm gonna give you morale armor. Probably we don't need to worry about anybody's physical armor, because Ba will get in there and just eat a lot of physical attacks. And we're just gonna strength match here, our weakest against their weakest. So people will tend to attack across, but not always attack across, as you've already seen. This should still be pretty easy. So first to 60 converts. Let us sing in unity. It's hard to sing with your mouth full. I feel like we're a very food-focused religion, which makes it hard to also be a singing-focused religion. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that the crowd's not more impressed by the healing magic. Whoa, that was a big... Damn. Damn, that was a lot of converts. Everybody likes a religion that it looks like is gonna feed them. Let's share this meal. And everybody's like, hell yes. Hell yes, let's share this meal. Okay, so I'm still kind of coming to grips with the mechanics. I don't 100% understand what's going on. I really appreciate the combat log thing over here. But Bia seems to convert people at an insane rate. Everybody loves everything Bia does. So let's try to use Bia a lot. Yeah, that was a lot of conversion. Alright, got ourselves a new disciple slot and some more materials. Oh, I didn't actually equip our relic. I totally forgot. Anna prayed to nature, and they finally answered. Nature acknowledged Anna's devotion and blessed him and his family. Rejoice, for I'm currently looking after you. Alright, the miracle blessing was a success, and you gained the Mortify ability. Alright. I don't exactly know what fear does. So let's... There's no sense going for this until we absolutely have to, right? We may as well just continue to strengthen. And then over here, we have a couple of repeatable missions that are always available. Will not convert any followers, but... So wait, what is this? this repeatable mission. Okay, I was wondering if this was a bonus that would apply to, like, the next mission over, if you want to occasionally do these to charge up. But it looks like no, you want to keep pushing if you can. Alright, so this has a couple of divine characters. Divine is weak against nature. Nature deals bonus damage to divine. This is probably going to be real easy for us, despite their relatively high power levels. Alright, and we do have space for another disciple. So Maria of the Stick with good might growth, and Akola of the Droplet with good devotion growth. So we don't actually have anyone who has good devotion. So I might take you, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Also, I like your fancy feathers. I'm not saying that definitely played a role, but it kind of played a role. Alright, so we'll save materials for the moment so that we can potentially unlock a new class for Akola if it makes sense to do so. And let's... you can just go around town and suffer? Yo, did you see... We can't get the big version of Akola's portrait again. Akola has some real intense bloodshot eyes. Oh, also, we didn't spend Anna's ability point. I looked at the abilities, and then I didn't. Oh, right. You can learn an advanced version... You can learn a level 2 ability over a level 1 ability. You just can't replace a level 0 with it. So do we want to do that, or do we want to have a second good ability in the bar? So let's see. This Shattering spell gets big health scaling. You can see here, the tier 1 version of it has a greater health scaling. This has major health scaling, so it's not just a boost to the base power of the ability. It actually is more effective the better your follower is. Accelerating gains. I sort of want to learn a level of Demoralize, though. I want to have Demoralize as a possibility. We'll take level 1 Demoralize. Okay, I think I'm reasonably happy with that. What was the relic again? It gives morale armor? And it makes you more likely to intercept. So, really, we'd want it to be on somebody who already has pretty good morale armor. We just make them a super tank and have them leap in front of things. So let's see, you have an 8, you have a 7, you have an 18. I mean, that's kind of what I figured was going to be Hildegard. Alright, I think that makes sense to do. Hildegard makes our opponent's morale effects less impressive, so they convert fewer people. And... How does the bonus for being young work? 1 XP from Sacraments. It does not give bonus XP from any other source. So we are not particularly motivated to do experience blessings on the young. Then I think we're gonna Ritual Bless. Oh, I do have the resources for a god action, though. Bia is inspired to found a tradition of heavenly art. Nature will surely be pleased by this. Okay, what does that tradition do? Can choose a disciple to become the Heavenly Sculptor. The Heavenly Sculptor can learn Beauty of Art, a strong life elemental morale ability, scales on charisma and knowledge, and lowers the opponent's morale damage. And it has the Grace tag. And we gain the God action, Inspire Great Art. Oh wow, a beautiful piece of art that upgrades all future disciples' stats. The Heavenly Sculptor will talk more about art for 1 mission. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe we're gonna go Heavenly Art instead of Animism. This one does give more resources, though. Plus 50% offerings from tribute chests for 1 mission. That's significant, right? So do we want to spend offerings on granting Disciple XP, or do we want to just... I think we want to just push Ritual Progress for somebody. Probably. So your Bia is... Wait, what is this bar here? This bar to the right of their picture? Because it's not their faith bar and it's not their XP bar? Oh, is it it's not a measurement of their current health, is it? I actually don't know what it is, because I think we always enter battle with full health. Yeah, and like... Ba is definitely not horribly injured. Age 40, prime age... Oh, maybe this is a representation... Let's see, you're 29, you're 21, you're 15. This bar is a representation of their age progress to the next stage of aging. Bia is almost no longer young. That's what that is. And when the bar fills up, Bia will become a prime disciple and the bar will empty. Okay. Okay, I get it. Well, yeah, let's do a ritual push. I mean, I'm going to ritual push Bia. Bia seems, like, very effective. What's the difference between Hildegard's charisma of 8 and Bia's is 13? You know, honestly, the conversion difference that we saw might be entirely charisma. So rank D, 10 morale accuracy, plus 5 base morale power. Okay, so your morale power is 8 versus Hildegard's, which is 4. Yeah, it's just the abilities are more effective because they have a better scaler. Okay, you're getting ritual pushed. I believe very strongly that Bia is the future of this religion. Alright, Anna ranked up. We're just pushing health really hard for Anna, right? And I don't think there's anything else we want to do. Push. We have a single dream point, so who are we taking out on the thing? We're going to take probably both of our cooks. And devotion is not strong against life, so we could take both of our cooks and also Ba. You know, maybe actually this would be a good time to leave Hildegard back. If I think Ba and Bia and Anna can handle it, it would probably be best to do that and let Hildegard recover a little bit of fervor. So that being the case, let's pass the book off to someone else. Between Bia and Anna, they both have pretty much the same morale armor, actually. You have more HP, though. Alright, you're going to take Hildegard's letters into battle. Oh, it costs offerings to unbind a relic. Never mind, that's not a thing you can just trivially do. Alright, well, I'm going to give Anna additional morale armor. And we'll just hope that Anna chooses to intercept stuff. We're going to give Hildegard the day off. So we want Bia up against one of you. We want you here. And then Anna just goes in the middle. And we could level up the martyrdom. 2x supporters and an additional chest. But they start with 17 supporters, or 17 of the followers. I think we can do this. We can take it all the way up to 2. I have no idea whether this is a safe thing to do or not. I mean, it looks like we'll have lots of HP. We actually still have more HP than they do, and I expect, given the stat numbers, that we'll probably do more damage than they do in general. I think we can definitely safely take Martyrdom 1. I'm gonna stick to Martyrdom 1, I think. Maybe it would be a good idea to go for 2 here, though. It's like, let me suffer for what is right, and this guy was like, yeah, okay, I will. Okay, Bighorn Charge did land the stun. That's pretty cool. Oh, we have so much healing. I wasn't even thinking about that. We have so much healing that it's probably not a big deal for us to start with less health. Yep, and we've already dramatically outpaced them on followers because Bia's charisma is incredible. Okay, we should maybe maybe turn up that martyrdom. Alright, there goes the big demoralize, which is... Unfortunately, it hit that guy with the really good stats, so his stats have been reduced to only pretty damn good. Nobody wants to let Bia get touched. I really appreciate we're developing a real narrative here. Everybody feels Bia is very important. Also, that was a big conversion too. Alright, I feel pretty good about the way that Sacrament went. I think that was really showing the strength of our strategy there. 196 followers converted. It is worth noting that if we had been one level higher on Martyrdom, Ba would have been in some danger, health-wise. So, I don't know. Martyrdom 2 might be pushing it for us, but we're probably going to try it during the next episode here. Let's head toward the slums of the old city. So wait, what is this one? Okay, that's life, and this is a songsmith. So high charisma, physical stats are like fine. Oh yeah, I remember this. This guy has stats that scale with cunning, and cunning is also the stat that determines your initiative. So songsmiths tend to go very early in the turn. I mean, this doesn't look so bad. 16, 16, 21 is definitely a little bit scary. What's the, might actually be easier for us to take this on. Except we'd really want to not bring a nature disciple to this. We probably want to hold off on this until Akola has hit. So we might actually want to do one of these weaker repeatable missions to bring Akola for the purpose of gaining XP. We could also push Akola's XP... Hold on, let's go back to the city. How much XP do you need? 6? We are not going to be able to push Akola up to 6 XP just with God actions and study. So yeah, let's plan to do one of the repeatables just for XP. And I would rather at this point have offerings than materials, I think. So what is happiness? Hold on. This is our happiness meter. Okay. Losing a sacrament gives -2. Losing a disciple to bad faith gives -2. Oh, and you just die. You just lose. You hard die if you hit 0. So pretty important to manage it. We are currently at 10 base happiness. So if we lost 2 happiness, we don't have a way of recovering it. Is that right? We would become happy, which reduces our chances of good stuff occurring. I'm a little leery of bringing Akola on this mission, though. We don't have an ancestral. We'd have to leave. We probably want to leave Anna out of it. Yeah, because they do have life elemental attacks. I think we're gonna do one of these. I'm not ecstatic about it. And then we're gonna just push Akola a little bit here. So that's gonna be the plan. And also, we've picked up a new tenet, an ability to get a new tenet. You know what? Let's take a social tenet so that we have the ability to gain happiness. Oh, but hold on, do we want to maybe wait on this then? Because I think it gives you the happiness immediately. I'm not exactly sure how this system works, because right now we're at the cap. Maybe we're at the cap. 10 or higher. No, okay, so it could go higher. You just want to keep it above 10. Alright, so yeah, let's take a social tenet. Joyful sermons or shelters. I think it's good for everybody to have a shelter in which to eat all their delicious food. And also, you know, since naturism and everything, it'd be good to be able to go inside when the weather's unpleasant. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest. Anna professes the merits of shelters to the supporters. Hey, what if we lived indoors? Anna says. And then also, we're going to learn about heavenly art. The gift of creation is divine, but art exists for all to witness nature. So let's choose a heavenly sculptor. A strong life elemental morale ability that scales on charisma and knowledge. I mean, it feels like maybe I'm overloading Bia with the hopes of our community, but it feels like if it scales with charisma and knowledge, Bia's the one, right? Bia is struck by divine inspiration. By his hands, beautiful sculptures will be created. And it would take 200 offerings to inspire the great art. But that seems like pretty important, so we may want to hold off on pushing offerings for a minute here, because we want that thing to happen. So I think we have some direction here. We have some idea where to go. And I think this is maybe a pretty good place to call it for the first episode. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are as excited to go on this journey as I am. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what Abbey's created here. The intent with this series is that there's going to be roughly another hour of gameplay every weekday. So come back next time, tomorrow, to see our continued development. And we'll see you then.